Hey everyone, my name is Josh Snell, and I'm the admin over in the Fort Thomas campus, and I've also been taking care of our online community during recent times, and I'm super excited to share today's Wednesday Word with you. Today I want to share from John 13. This is when Jesus washes his disciples' feet. And so there are two verses. It's a quick exchange with Jesus and Peter, but there's a couple of things I think would be really good for us to learn from this. So John 13, verses 6 and 7. So Jesus has gotten ready to wash the disciples' feet. He's come to Simon Peter, and it says he came to Simon Peter, who asked him. So Simon Peter's asking Jesus, "Lord, are you going to wash my feet?" And Jesus answered him, saying, "What I am doing you don't realize now, but afterward you will understand." And there are two quick things I want us to just realize from this exchange. One is from Peter's perspective, and that is, when we see this, we see Peter is he's shocked and he's kind of horrified almost by this sense of humility that Jesus is coming to him with in washing his feet. And it's important for us to realize that this is at the end of Jesus' earthly ministry. So Peter has been with Jesus for about 3 years now. Everything we see in the Gospels up until this last night, Peter's experienced. Peter has seen Jesus humble himself. He's seen him take on burdens. He's seen him heal the sick, raise the dead, and do all of these things. And yet still, even after years of experience with Jesus personally in the flesh ministering on this earth, even after years of that, Jesus still does things that makes Peter just stop and just shocks him by Jesus' humility. And so I want us to remember that even if we've been walking with the Lord for many, many years, to never be so comfortable that we don't let Jesus shock us. That we realize there are still times when Jesus is so much more humble than we can imagine, so much more powerful than we can imagine. There may still be times when we will see Jesus act, and we can maybe get cynical about that. Maybe we can react like Peter did, and that is just almost be repulsed by it. Like, "Lord, how could you wash my feet?" Or, "How could you wash that person's feet?" And yet, we see that Jesus is still doing what he's doing. Jesus is ever more humble, ever more loving than we could ever even imagine. So keeping ourselves with that. The other one is Jesus' response to Peter. He says, "Look, what I'm doing you don't realize now, but afterward you will understand." And that's another thing I want us to just pay attention to with this exchange is, remember again that this is Jesus in the flesh. This is not someone talking about Jesus. This is not someone talking back about Jesus. This is Jesus himself is in the flesh, standing before Peter. Again, they've been with each other for years. Peter's had engagement and interaction with Jesus in his ministry for many years. And yet, even after everything he's seen, everything that Jesus has done, there is still this moment where Peter says, "I don't understand what's going on." And Jesus tells him, "Yeah, you don't. You don't understand what I'm doing, but you will." And so I think that kind of dispels one of these myths that sometimes as Christians we can have that, well, if Jesus was just here and told me to do X, fill that in with whatever it is. If Jesus was just physically here and told me to do that, I'd understand and it'd be great and I'd be so quick to do it. What we see, though, is that even in Jesus' earthly ministry, there are things that he tells his disciples to do and things he even does for his disciples, ways he ministers to his disciples that his disciples do not understand. And Jesus says, "Yeah, one day you will. One day you'll see why I'm doing this." But even when Jesus was alive in the flesh and dwelt among us bodily, it still required faith to follow him. That's just, I think, just an incredible thing for us to realize that we are not limited. It's not like we have to have faith now because Jesus is not here physically, even though he's coming back, and that is just awesome. But just to encourage you guys today, and maybe to really challenge you to, one, don't become so comfortable that you don't let Jesus shock you and surprise you. And then when Jesus does shock and surprise you, realize that there may be things that he's doing even as a way of personally ministering to you that you may not understand. But to have faith and walk that out. Thank you guys so much and have a great day.